welcome back to Drawing for Kids. To start off, let's go over what material you'll need. You need some Crayola markers, which you can use any color markers that you like. Next, you also need some paper. In addition to that, you'll need some black markers, such as Sharpies. Okay, so as I'm going along, I'll go step by step on how to draw this character, but I really like to invite you to add your own little twist to it to make it your own. There's no pressure to necessarily draw exactly what I have, but let's use that as a guidance to see what we can come up with. As always, remember to add in a little bit of your imagination to make it your own. You can do this drawing with your family and friends, and at the end of it, maybe check out how everybody's drawing turned out at the very end. Are you ready? So we're gonna get started. Today's drawing is gonna be one from the Pokemon series. This is actually a newer Pokemon from the 6th generation. So this is a fairy type Pokemon. Can you guess which one it is? Well, let me tell you, it is Sylveon. I think that this Pokemon is actually pretty popular, maybe because it's a little bit mysterious. So like most eevee evolution, getting your hands on this particular Pokemon isn't exactly difficult. It's just a matter of completing the required tasks. So for this Pokemon, it has these very cute ears that almost remind me of rabbit ears, and has a little butterfly for one of his ears, like at least that shape. And then it has 2 ears that are kind of like floppy like a rabbit ear, or at least like round and longer. The ears are actually pink and they're blue on the inside, like baby pink and like this really cute baby blue. So overall, I feel like this particular Pokemon is just so adorable. Here I'm gonna make sure that the ears are a little bit more round, and then next I'm gonna start working on the face and the head of this particular Pokemon. So here's a line down one side for the face, and then here I'm gonna draw in like a section of the face that is more pinkish as opposed to the rest of the face that's white. Here I'm going to draw in the eyes for this particular Pokemon. The eyes are actually going to be colored in like this light blue color. Apparently in real life, this Pokemon's a meter tall. That's a pretty tall fairy Pokemon. And then from here, I'm going to draw in a smile. Of course, for your character, you can have the Pokemon being like not happy, upset, surprised. There's just so many different types of like expressions you can have for your character. And I think it's really helpful if you create a story for your character, and that will help you decide like what kind of expression they have, or maybe what kind of background or accessories your Pokemon may have. For me, I'm just going to make her really happy. She has like this butterfly bow that's around her neck that is white and pink. So cute. Actually did not know this was one of the eevee evolutions, but there are so many different types of eevee evolution. If you would like me to do more drawings of various eevee evolution, feel free to comment below, because I would love to hear from you on which version of eevee you'd like me to do next. Here you can see there's like these flowy ribbons behind the ears. And I think the eyes look a little bit vacant and blank right now, but once I color it in with my blue marker, it'll look a little bit more realistic and more alive. Now I'm going to start drawing in the feet for this character. This character has like regular eevee. It walks on 4 feet. So there's the 2 here. And the paws, I'm going to have them a little bit rounder with toes right here. Very cute. I'm actually not doing too much coloring with this particular Pokemon because it's white on baseline with like light pink and blue highlights on the tips of the ears, as well as the ribbon, the bow, as well as the feet. But outside of that, this Pokemon is actually white on baseline. And then here I'm going to draw in some more ribbons that are going to come from the bow on the center. These really beautiful curved lines, really no angles and no sharp ends here. And there you go. Isn't that like so pretty? I feel like you can have longer ribbons coming off if you like, or shorter ribbons. We're going to color those in a moment. And then here is the back legs that we're going to draw in, and then it's going to tuck right behind the front legs. And there you go. If you're interested in drawing other evolutions of Eevee, I also have them available on my YouTube channel if you just have a look at it. And I have a special playlist just for all the Pokemons if you just want to draw Pokemon for the day. So I'm also learning about each of the Pokemon myself slowly, because there's a lot of new generation Pokemons that I'm not familiar with, but my kids are slowly exposing myself to it. So if you have other ideas of other Pokemons you'd like me to draw, feel free to comment below. And if you like these types of videos, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps a lot. So for the tail, you can see I'm using this pink color. I would prefer a lighter pink color, but I just don't have it with my crayon marker collection that I have here. But I think it's okay. Sometimes I just have to work with what color I have. It's not perfect, but I enjoy the drawing and the coloring process, and I try not to pressure myself too much. A lot of times it just takes a lot of practice to get exactly what I want, and that's something I just have to accept and be patient with. To be honest, this is actually a pretty hard Pokemon to draw. I think it's one of the hardest ones out of all the ones I've drawn so far, and I've actually done a lot of practice with my drawing. So if it doesn't work out the first time, it's okay. Grab another blank piece of paper and try again. Here I'm just coloring in some of the ribbon with pink, and I'm going to go back with a little bit of blue as well. Looks pretty good so far. Now I'm gonna go in with like a darker shade of blue. There's actually two shades of blue that you can use to color in this Pokemon. There is a lighter baby blue and then a darker blue as well. Don't think I have like a baby blue in my crayon marker selection, so I think I'll probably have to improvise, and that is like use what color I have and just go with it. It's not perfect, but that's okay. The other option is you can go with like other mediums that you have, and what I mean is like, let's say you can use pencil crayons, wax crayons, watercolor, or acrylics. If you don't have the particular color you want in markers, so you don't have to necessarily just stick with markers when you're drawing. You can mix it up and try different types of medium. Looks like next I also have to color in the eyes, but for the eyes I think I'm going to leave a section of it white, like the pupils that's glistening from the light, so I'll do that as well. So that about wraps up my drawing for this Pokemon from the Pokemon series, which is one of the evolutions for Eevee. Thank you so much for joining me on the step-by-step drawing of the Sylveon Pokemon. Let's have a closer look here. It's pretty cute, right? It's definitely one of the harder ones that I've drawn so far. If you followed all the way through to this video, good for you. You've done a great job in following through. If you feel like you want to try again, feel free to try drawing this Pokemon in a brand new piece of paper. Well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully I will see you in future videos. Take care and stay creative, everyone. Bye for now.